everybody, welcome to my second ever tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how I do my hair thing that gives me the curls everybody seems to like. I don't normally consider myself an expert on hair, but I found the right thing to pin on Pinterest, and so I want to share my knowledge with you. It's the only thing that will keep a curl in this hair. So first of all, I'll show you what I'm going to use. We're going to start with whatever product you normally put in your hair. I really like Sammie Fat Hair. You can see here the thickening cream. It works really well for me. I like the volume it gives my hair. I've been using that for several years. So that's what I used. I just put a little bit in my hand and put it in through my hair. Then we're going to need a headband. You really can use any solid round headband. If I'm doing this look during the day, I'll wear, obviously, a pretty one. If I'm just doing it at night, I have these black ones that I think are like goody. You could get 3 at Walmart for $5 or something. But I like these because they're very stretchy. A little tight, but since I'm going to sleep, it doesn't really matter. And then lastly, we're going to need some hairspray at the end. And again, I have Sammie Fat Hair hairspray. Alright, so it's really simple. I'm going to see if I can do this without looking in the mirror. I should be able to. So you just put the headband over your head, like that, like you would if you were just, wearing it across your forehead, 1920s style. And then if you have bangs, you might want to pull them out so they don't get a weird crease in them. And for now, just leave the headband across your forehead. We'll probably move it at the end, but for now. Oh, and I should mention, my hair is about 80 to 90% dry. This was after some trial and error. I used to try it with my hair pretty wet, but it would never dry. It was too heavy. So I've learned that if it's about 80 to 90%, that's still wet enough that it'll mold to the shape I'm putting it in, but dry enough that it will dry all the way through. Depending on your type of hair, you may need to adjust that a little bit. I have thick hair, I have a lot of it, but each strand is very fine. So, you'll just play around according to your own hair type. So then, the actual process is really simple. You just take a big chunk. You can kind of see how much hair I have here, about I don't know how you would measure that, a finger's width of hair. And you pull that chunk up and over the headband, and then you're going to tuck it down behind the headband. So I'm going to try to get closer to you so you can see. Then you're going to take the next section, about the same amount of hair. You're going to pull it up and then take it behind the headband and down. So you're just constantly looping it over the headband. And you're just going to keep going all the way around your head until you've gone the whole way. It really doesn't take very long. I'm doing this right now, not looking in the mirror, so obviously you can get the hang of it pretty quickly. The back is a little trickier, especially if you have long hair like I do. You'll need to do some extra wrapping and tucking. But here, let me turn around so you can kind of see what I'm doing in the back here. This will be good for me to watch also. I've never seen it from the back. So just keep tucking, and sometimes I'll slide the hair over just to kind of make more room. I've never heard of a person that's actually run out of room. I don't know if that would happen or not, but I think you can probably keep tucking to make space for your hair. So anyway, I'm nearing the end. I've got a few more sections to go. And I haven't experimented a lot with width of headbands. I'm guessing that the more narrow your headband, the tighter the curl would be. That just seems to make sense to me. But I've not played around with it to say for sure. I do like this the plain black stretchy though. It works well. Okay, so now I've kind of reached towards the end, and you can see some of it's getting caught up. I've got to fix that. But anyway, so I'm going to keep wrapping. and eventually there's not going to be anywhere to go. It's kind of getting messy back there. And at this point, I usually just kind of tuck it. Now, if you're more of a perfectionist than me, you might figure out a way to do this a little neater. But I'm just going to keep tucking and then just wrap these ends around and around. Okay, so then everything's pretty much tucked. I'm going to just kind of go like this to tuck it a little bit more, make sure everything stays in place. And if you have loose pieces like this, I'll just take a bobby pin. I've got one over here. Take a bobby pin and keep that back just so it's in place. I've got a few loose ends there. Anyway, so that's it. I've got a whole piece I missed. Just a minute. That's almost it. So it should be set now. I don't have problems with it going anywhere. I'm going to go to sleep in a little bit. It's going to stay right like this. I'll take a picture in the morning to show you what it looks like. It'll look exactly the same. But I am going to spray it just for good measure. I still got pieces stuck. Okay. Alright, so spray it. Hairspray is a little clogged, but that's okay. And then if you don't want the line across your forehead, or if it's uncomfortable, then you can just slide it up. And it won't hurt anything. So like that. And you're good to go to sleep. Now, if I have heard people complain about it hurting their head, I would suggest just a looser headband, but then if the hair is falling out, you might need to go with a tighter one. But if you do it just right before you go to sleep, I can fall asleep with it with no problem. So anyway, that's the wrapping technique, and then we'll show you tomorrow what it looks like when it's finished. So good night, everyone. Sweet dreams. Talk to you in the morning. Goodbye.